welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't know me, my name is Vanessa. Yeah, you guys. And today's video, I'm gonna be doing a story time of my labor and delivery story. So yeah, at 15 years old, also with a premature baby. Yes, I had my son at 7 months old, and he's my biggest blessing. And the little nigga said, I want to come early, so he did. And he met his mommy and daddy. So yeah, so let's get on with the story. So yeah. Oh, and before I go, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below what other videos you guys want to see. And yeah, more videos coming soon. Okay, so we're gonna start August 1st. August 1st was mine and my boyfriend's 1-year anniversary, and I want to say that this is where little hints were coming in. Days before I went into labor, I had little hints that I was going into labor, and my dumbass didn't fucking catch it. Like, mind, I was 30 weeks pregnant, and you know, a lot of things are gonna happen to you, so you think everything is normal by that point. So yeah, so August 1st was our 1-year anniversary, and that day I had noticed that I had a lot of pain, but it wasn't like strong pain, like, oh my god bitch, I'm going into motherfucking labor. No, it's like pregnant bitch here. Of course I'm getting little cramps, little feelings in my back, whatever's. And then I started, like, obviously I'm 30 weeks pregnant, 7 months, and obviously I can't hold my motherfucking bladder, so every motherfucking little step I took, I felt little pee drops or little wetness coming out, and I'm like, and mind, it's a lot of TMI in this video, so if you guys don't like it, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's a lot of TMI. So every motherfucking step I took, I felt my coochie getting wet, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening here? Like, me estoy meando. Like, what the fuck? So from there, I swear, like, every time I sat down, I stood up. Every little step I took, I felt myself peeing myself, or like, I don't even know if I was peeing myself. I just felt liquid coming out, and it wasn't a lot. It was just like a tiny little drip. So like, but every single time, I swear. So I started wearing pads just to see like what it was. If it came out yellow, it was pee, whatever's. I'm pregnant, 30 weeks, 7 months. Yeah. Y'all get the story. So that's what I was doing. I put on pads, and first day happened, August 2nd. I noticed a little bit more. I'm tired of this shit. Like, what the fuck? So I literally didn't mind it. It like fucking blew my mind. Like, it just, I don't know, it just passed my mind quick as fuck. Didn't take any consideration of it. I just kept thinking, I'm a fucking 7-month-old pregnant little bitch that can't control her fucking bladder. And yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck? That entire day, I just kept telling my mom, like, what the heck? Oh, and I was at my mom's house. I wasn't at my boyfriend's house. I was in my mom's house that weekend. And so we usually go over Fridays, and then stay there all the way till Sunday nights. And yeah, so Friday was when I started noticing I was leaking or whatever. Saturday as well, and I was leaking, and I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do now?
What the hell we gonna do now?
So yeah, and I didn't pay attention to it. I'm like, whatever, it's nothing. And come around the next day, it's Sunday, or actually that night, I went to sleep. Or no, I did not go to sleep. I went to sleep around Saturday night around 10. And then I want to say around 9:30, around there, right before I went to sleep. Me and my boyfriend were getting ready to go Mimi's. And I was looking at myself in the mirror. And I'm like, ¿qué pasó a mi pinche bump? Like, where the fuck did it go? Like, I was like, bam, and now I'm like, where the fuck did my bump go? My bump had disappeared. I was like, huh? And like, I was like completely shocked. Like, I even told my boyfriend that night. I was like, babe, where the fuck did my bump go? And he's just like, you're thinking too much of it. Nothing. It's still there. You just can't see it. And I'm like, and mine, I was so tiny. I was itty bitty. And my bump was barely, like, if I was still motherfucking 3 months pregnant, I didn't have nothing. I didn't show. Like, you could ask people, I could wear a tight ass shirt and my bump would be like, so when I didn't see my bump that night, I'm like, that baby decided to hide all the way in the motherfucking back where Pluto is at. So, yeah, and I went to sleep that night. Me and my boyfriend went to sleep. Like, whatever. My bump will probably magically appear in the morning. Oh, and that day, we had gone to, like, a really nice, not restaurant, but like a place that has, like, really lovely multiple restaurants in it, and it's a local place in Anaheim. It's called the Packing House. We were there. I went there with my best friend and my boyfriend, and I had taken pictures of my belly that day and a video because I was doing like a bump progression video, whatever's, every single week, and I took a video that week, and I will probably insert them here somewhere. And I remember that night I had taken a little video of my stomach because the little nigga was moving around. And then after that, yeah. So that was the day before on our anniversary. So yeah, I'm getting this all mixed up. I'm remembering little things here and there. So yeah, that was on our anniversary. So August 1st. And then August 2nd, that's when I remembered me, like, I was just leaking and I didn't mind it. And then the 3rd, I just kept leaking and I still didn't mind it. And then that night of the 3rd, August 3rd, when my bump had disappeared, I went to sleep, not think about anything. And then here comes like the whole actual motherfucking story. I had woken up around 3:30 in the motherfucking morning because I don't know, honestly, like, I just woke up because I couldn't get comfortable. And it wasn't like I was feeling anything. I just felt like I wasn't in the right position. I remember that night I woke up, it was pitch black, and I seen my boyfriend like sleeping there, and I got up, and I didn't have much room obviously because it's a bunk bed, but I could still sit up fully. And I'm like trying to figure out, like, where's the pillow, like, bitch. Like, my boyfriend over here hogging the whole ass blanket, all the motherfucking pillows, snoring comfortably, and my ass over here, like, struggling all over the place. Like, what the fuck? Like, lucky ass motherfucker. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how the hell I'm supposed to get comfortable. And as I'm figuring out, I can start feeling, like, pressure in my stomach. And I didn't really pay attention to the pressure because it felt like my son was just pushing up against my stomach, and he would always do that. He would just like push himself all the way to the motherfucking stomach, like if this nigga wanted to leave motherfucking handprints on me or some shit like that. let me sleep. Okay, so after that, I wasn't paying attention much to like that because I'm just like, nigga, go to sleep, like stop, like leave me alone. And I felt like the pressure getting stronger. I'm just like, nigga, what the fuck? And then I was just out of my head. I'm just like, I can't go to sleep, so I'm stay up. So I was on my phone and I kept realizing every motherfucking second that it was getting stronger and stronger. And I'm like, at this point, I'm looking like the motherfucking exorcism.
God himself commands you, depart from the body of Hanagrain, you demon, along with every satanic power of the...
In my head, it pops up like Braxton Hicks, you know, like false contractions, whatever. I'm not about to go into the hospital for some fake ass shit for them to send me home, and I'm not about to wake up everybody and be like, it could be the real deal, and them just send my ass home and be like, nope, bitch, deal with it, you know. So I was dealing with it. I was being a boss ass bitch and handling it, you know. So I was dealing with it, and I was just like, I gotta get through it. Braxton Hicks, whatever. Everybody goes through it, you know. And I was looking up everything. I was looking up symptoms and shit, you know, like, how do you know you're going into labor? I was just on my phone like, bitch, what the fuck? And then it came into my head, like, obviously, if they're real contractions, you gotta count them shits, you know? So I downloaded an app, and I was like, alright, if it's the real deal, what the fuck? I gotta count this shit. So I downloaded the app, clicked it, you know? And then once my shit was over, like my contraction or whatever, paused it and did that about like 3 times. After that, the app was telling me, bitch, go to the motherfucking hospital, you know? I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, I'm reading that shit wrong. Ain't happening to me right now. Ain't happening to me. So I was like, it's 3:30, about to be 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm dealing with this shit. And I remembered I'm wearing a pad. So if it's the real deal, like, as I was reading the motherfucking, like, symptom shit saying you're going into labor, when I read this shit that said your mucus plug, TMI, your mucus plug has to come out if you're going into labor. And I'm like, alright. So I jumped my little fat ass over my man, and I tiptoed my ass out of the motherfucking room, and my like restroom is right across from my room. So I was like, skirt skirt, because like a bitch is scared of the dark, you know? Like, it's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, pitch black in my motherfucking house, and my little ass is going to the motherfucking restroom, and it's pitch black. So I turn on the motherfucking lights, and I have one of those restrooms in my mom's house that, like, you turn on one light and like the fucking sound turns on, and I'm like, oh my god, like, bitch, I'm trying to do this shit secretly, and like this shit fucking turns on, like, okay, whatever. So I pulled down my motherfucking chonies and my pants, you know, and I see that there's fucking blood, and I'm like, so I'm freaking out at this point. My pain is getting stronger and stronger, and I'm like, blood ain't fucking normal, bro. Like, that shit ain't normal. Everybody says if you're bleeding while you're pregnant, rush your ass to the motherfucking hospital. So that's exactly what I did. Before I walked my little ass to my sister's room, because I'm like, I can wake up this bitch. I stood in her room, she's like about to go to sleep, you know? Like, she literally like laid her ass down, took off fucking glasses, and knocked out for like a quick 2 minutes, and I busted my ass open, and I woke her ass up. I felt bad. I felt so bad. But I'm like, bitch, get your ass up. I'm bleeding, and I'm fucking crying, and I'm fucking in pain. And she's just like, she looks at me, she's like, what? And she like puts on her glasses, you know, she's like, what?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
And I'm like, bitch. I'm like, they're like, bitch. This bitch looks at me. I'm telling you, she looks at me. And you know what she tells me? Take Tylenol. Bitch, what? She's like, take Tylenol. I'm like, bitch, are you serious? So I got my little fat ass up, walked out of her room, walked my ass down the hallway, and went to my mom's room and opened it like this. Mama. But I look fucking stupid as fuck. But literally, that's how I fucking walked in. I was just like, Amma. And like, I was whispering. I was like, Amma. And like, y'all know a motherfucking mother's instinct. Like, she knows what's wrong with her little baby, you know? And my mom had just gotten out of surgery that day. So, and I felt so bad, but I guess that night my mama couldn't sleep and she was up, but like she was still like asleep, you know? But so when I walked in, my mom was already awake and she's like, ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó, mija? You know? And I'm like, Amma, like, I'm having pain. Like, me anda doliendo mi panza. She's like, ¿Qué? Like, ¿por qué? Like, ¿qué te pasa? You know? I'm like, you know, I'm Mexican mother, you know? She's like, ¿Qué? Dígame. You know? So I'm just like, me anda doliendo la panza. And I'm bleeding. Ando sangrando. She's like, she looked at me like, bitch, what? She's like, sangrando? She's like, what? She's like, I'm like, yeah, I told Dariana, because that's my sister's name. She's like, I told Dariana, and she told me to take Tylenol. She's like, ese hija de la chingada puta madre, what the fuck? And I'm like, I know, right? She's like, take Tylenol. She's like, And so my mommy got up, you know. I'm like, oh my god, I feel so bad. My mommy's like, she's getting up for me. I'm like, no, acostate, you know. And she's like, no. She's like, le voy a decir que te lleve al hospital ahorita. And I'm like, okay. Because you don't argue with the mom, you know. You don't argue with the Mexican mom. So I'm okay. And so my ass is crying right there. And she walks her ass to my sister and she's like, Dariana, despídete. Te vas a llevar a tu hermana a la escuela. Oh, a la escuela. What the fuck? Me missing a lot of school, hearing that shit all the time. She's like, te vas a llevar tu hermana al hospital. And my sister's like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, why me? Like, tell her to take some Tylenol, whatever. And my mom's like, te voy a dar unos pinches chingadazos. And my sister's just like, oh my god, whatever's okay. And like, my sister, she grabs a little cigarette, puts her sweater on, puts on her shoes, and she's like, I'll go get the car, you know? And at this point, I'm like, okay. So I walk my little ass to my room, and I wake up my baby daddy because that nigga is a heavy ass sleeper, and that nigga was still sleeping peacefully, you know? So from there, I'm like, hey, nigga, wake the fuck up. And he's like, what? And I'm like, we're going to the hospital. And he looks at me like, what you talking about hospital? And I'm like, yeah, I'm bleeding and I'm in pain. So get your ass up and let's go. So he's like, bruh. So he puts on his shoes and he's like asking me what's wrong because I'm crying, you know? And I'm like, don't ask me what's wrong right now. Just put your shoes on, get ready, and let's go. So from there, he puts on his shoes. He, like, I don't know, he gets dressed, you know, because he sleeps in his boxers. And he, like, gets this exact fucking blanket and it's, like, walking out like this. And I'm fucking laughing my ass off over here. Like, bro, I say, mommy, goodbye. I love you. See you later. And my mommy goes back to sleep. And my sister's outside already. 4 o'clock in the morning. Honking that shit. And she's like, hurry up. And I'm like, wobbling my little ass down the fucking stairs. Because we live on the 6th floor. And my boyfriend's right behind me. Close the door. Gets everything that we need. You know. And mind, I am not prepared for anything. I don't have a diaper bag. I don't have a hospital bag. I have nothing. Just my fucking shoes and my phone in my hand. My baby daddy there with a fucking blanket, and that's it. My sister, her cigarette, and that's it. We're on our way to the hospital like that. So I'm just like, okay, they're probably gonna send me home. It's fine, whatever. And then so my sister's like, so what hospital do I take you to? And in my head, I'm like, if this is the real deal, the hospital that I'm supposed to give birth at, I'm not going there. I am not going there because my doctor, I did not have the best experience with her. I'm like thinking, like, plus those are pretty far from my house. So I'm like thinking, where's the closest hospital, you know? And I'm thinking of a hospital in the Orange County area called St. Joseph's, you know? And I'm like, bitch, I'm delivering there. And then my sister was like, what about UC Irvine down the motherfucking street? So I'm like, you know what? That's a bomb-ass hospital, you know? Fuck it, let's go there. She's like, okay, so you see, it is. So she drives a little out, and I'm pretty sure because she didn't want to drive too far, but I don't blame her. Shit, I wouldn't want to either. So she takes me. We park, and like, mine is dark as fuck. Morning, early as fuck. So at this point, it's like 4:30 in the morning, and we walk into the emergency room, and we go in. And I sit my little ass down with my boyfriend, and my sister goes into the checkout, and the nurse is like, hello, how may I help you? You know, and I'm walking in, like, my sister's like, hello, my 7-month sister, my little sister, she's 7 months pregnant, you know, she's complaining of pain, and she says that she has vaginal bleeding. So the nurse is like, okay, so they're like, okay, can you come with me? And they take me around, you know, like, all the people are mad. They're like, what the fuck, you know? They're like, bitch, I was here before her, you know? And I'm just like, fuck you, nigga. And I'm wearing like a red I probably have a picture from the day that I'm leaving the hospital in the outfit that I came in, because obviously the only clothes I had. So yeah, this is what I was wearing when I went in, and this is the picture from when I went out. So, you know, when I was getting discharged. But yeah, so I went in and I was wearing that exact clothes. So I was wearing a red hoodie, my lifesaver shit, and some jeans. And so I go in the back, and there's like 5 nurses there, like a guy and like the rest are girls, you know. So I'm like, hi, you know, and they're like, okay, what's your name? Da da da. How old are you? And I'm like, 15. And they're like, okay. So, and then they're like, so you're 7 weeks pregnant? And I'm like, huh? I'm like, no. They're like, what? I'm like, no, I'm 7 months pregnant. And they're like, the lady just told us that you're 7 weeks though. I'm like, no, I'm 7 months. I'm 30 weeks. And she's like, oh. And I'm like I said, I was tiny. I didn't have a big old bump. You can barely even see it through my sweater, you know. And it wasn't a baggy old sweater, you know. It fit me pretty good. And you couldn't see my bump. I'm telling you, I was small. And so the lady was like, oh, what? So she's like, can you lift up your sweater really quick? And I'm like, bam, you know. And she's like, oh my god. And I'm like, oh my god, what? And she's like, okay, you don't need to be on this floor. You need to be on level 4. And I'm like, what is level 4? And she's like, okay, we're gonna walk to this elevator. So she calls my boyfriend and my sister, and we go into the elevator. We get to level 4. We go, and she's like, okay, once you exit the elevator, walk down the hallway. You'll see a lady at the desk, and you tell her everything that you told me. And I'm like, okay. So we walk to the desk, and the lady's there. She's like, how can I help you? You know. And this lady was such a bitch. I'm telling you, like my sister was about to get down with her, you know. Like, the lady was giving so much attitude. Like, she was making me fill out the papers, and she's like, my sister's obviously telling me, like, oh, like, I don't know my social security by heart, so none of us do. So I'm just like, I don't need to put that down anyways. So the lady's like, my sister's telling me, like, oh, you don't need to put it down, you know, like, they don't need it. And I'm like, okay. So the lady's like,
she can fill out her own paperwork, okay?
and my sister's looking at her like, and if you guys know my sister personally, she ain't someone to fuck with. So my sister was like, what? And then the nurse is like,
How are you related to the patient?
And my sister's like, I'm her older sister. And I'm like, my boyfriend's like, period. And so she's like, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to wait outside in the lobby.
And my sister's like, okay. And then
She's like, you guys can go now.
and my sister's like, I can see like she's walking away, and she's like eyeing that lady as she's walking away, and I'm just like, she about to hop over that motherfucking desk and beat your ass, bitch. Like, don't test her, you know? Like, she don't need to be here. She will beat your ass. So walking out to the lobby and whatever, and so the lady's like, you can do your own paperwork, and I'm at this point I'm just like, don't fucking talk to me. Hey, honey, I need you to come back here. And I'm like, okay. Walking my ass into the back room, and they take me into a room, and it's like a big ass room with like 20 like big ass curtains going down, and like they're divided into little sections of rooms, you know. And as soon as I walk in, all I hear is like beep 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 beep, like all these noises, you know. And like when you're pregnant, they put on a monitor around your stomach to hear the baby's heartbeat and hear everything, you know. So that's all I could hear is like different babies' heartbeats going off, and all these women like moaning in pain, you know. So I'm like, oh damn. So they walk into the restroom and they tell me, change into this gown, pee in this cup, and yeah. And then I'm like, okay. So I do that. And I take this last picture of me pregnant. Because I'm like, if this is the last deal, you know, gotta let everybody know. Bitch is going into labor. So, that's what I did. I took this picture. I walked out, had my clothes, and I put the cup that I peed in there. And then, my room was right next to the restroom. So they put me in the curtain and they closed it, and there was a guy nurse there. The guy was like, okay, so tell me everything that's happening. And I told him that, you know, bleeding, you know, I'm leaking, I've been leaking, you know, I don't know if that's a big deal or not. And yeah, so the person was like, okay, so we're gonna put these monitors and see if you're having actual contractions. And they put it on, and the guy leaves, and I'm there for like 5 minutes. And at this point, it's like 5:30 in the morning around there, or I don't know. I'll check the time on the picture. But at that point, the guy leaves, and sitting there in pain, you know, just chilling. And then the guy comes in. He's like, okay, you're having actual contractions. And I'm like, oh my god. And then he's like, okay, but we need to see if you're in preterm labor. And I'm like, what does that mean, you know? He's like, we need to check the fluid to see if it's antibiotic fluid. There you go. Antibiotic fluid to see if I'm actually, like, if my water broke or if I'm actually leaking or whatever it is. And so, from there, I'm like, okay. So a nurse comes in, and the guy's also there, the guy nurse. And they have me put my legs up, and they put like some like little cup thing to kind of like keep my like coochie open, you know. And she goes in with a swab, and she like cleans, like gets some liquid out of me. And so I was like, okay. So they go and they test it, and the guy was just like talking to me, trying to keep me calm, you know. And I'm like, oh, very much appreciated, you know. He was just like, just breathe, you know, because he could see me in my pain, you know. Like, he was very chill. He was telling me to breathe through everything and to calm down, you know, just to relax. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna relax, you know. So after that, say like another 5 minutes past, they come and they tell me it is antibiotic fluid, that I'm in preterm labor. And I'm like, oh my god. So I'm over here texting my boyfriend that he's in the lobby, and I'm like, it's time, you know, I'm giving birth, you know, like fuck. So they only let one person in, and I guess they discussed that, my boyfriend and my sister discussed that in the lobby. I guess my sister decided to come in, and she came in, sat down right next to me, started recording me during my contractions. And they came in and told me I was 4 centimeters dilated already. I'm like, what? And in my head, I'm like, at 5 centimeters, you're already in active labor. And I'm at 4? Like, what the hell is going on? So they're just like, wow, like, okay, like, you're in preterm labor and you're 4 centimeters dilated already. You know, so I'm like, okay. So a few minutes pass and they're like, okay, we need to switch you over to a different room because I guess I was already 5 centimeters dilated. They were like, you're in active labor. We gotta get you to a room. And during that time, as they were telling me that, a lady comes in and she is just like bawling her eyes out. I see her, like, my curtain is open a little bit. I'm telling you guys that my curtain room was right next to the restroom, and I can see her. She's like huge, you know, she's ready to pop, you know, and I'm like, goodness gracious, like, I can't imagine what she's going through. And she's crying loud, you know, and I'll be posting the videos right here. Of the videos that my sister took of me pain, I look horrible, so don't mind that. So yeah, these are the videos, and so I'm in pain, obviously, and in the videos you can hear the lady, like, she changes and she goes and they put her in her curtain room, and you can hear her like in pain, you know, and I'm just like, goodness gracious, and she's screaming her eyes out. She's like, oh my god, I can't do it, I can't do it, you know. And I thought this bitch was already pushing, you know, right there and then, because of how much pain she was in, you know, and she was freaking out all the other mothers in the room. So I'm here like,
I'm going to say where you have most meat, okay? Take a nice deep breath. Good job. Okay. That's it. Okay. Almost done. Good job. Good girl. Good girl, right? Hi, my name is Amy. I'm your nurse today. Okay. We're 5 centimeters. How old right now? Okay. How many weeks pregnant?
I know it's not fun here, just hear everyone else just crying and moaning. It's been crazy today. Unfortunately, we'll try to get you a bed as soon as we can, okay? Any surgical past surgeries?
no.
No.
Freaking my ass out, you know. So I'm like, fuck, like, what the hell am I gonna do now? So my sister's recording, and they finally switched me over to my other room. They pushed my little ass down the hallway through another door, put me in a room, and at that point they let my boyfriend in and my sister. But my sister stayed in the hallway because I don't know what, she was calling everybody, telling everybody, you know, and my boyfriend was doing the same thing. He was calling his family, letting them know, hey, today's the day. Lil Damien is popping out, you know. He said, what's up, coming early, you know. So yeah, I'm here like bitch, this shit hurts, you know. So by the time I got in my room, I was probably like 6-7 centimeters dilated already, and my shit was going by fast. Like, tell me, like, every motherfucking 5 minutes I was dilating. Trust me. And the lady's like, okay, so just breathe through it, you know. And she asked me, you want a epidural? And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take it, you know. Yeah, I want an epidural, you know. And then, so the nurse leaves and she's like, okay, we gotta wait for the, like, special doctor that does the epidural, you know, who specializes in that. And I'm like, okay, like, I'll wait for her. So from there, my boyfriend's just holding my hand, like, breathing through everything with me, you know, being my number one supporter there, you know, telling me I got this, today's the day, you know. He kept saying the date over again, August 4th, 2019. I'm like, oh my god, oh, like, just 3 days after our 1-year anniversary, like, oh, the best gift ever. And so yeah, so from there, ready for the epidural. I'm like, okay. So the nurse comes, the doctor that specializes in it tells me, like, you want it? Like, are you sure you want it? Like, just, like, securing that I really want it. And, like, I'm like, at that exact moment, as he's asking me, or as she's asking me, I get a really bad contraction. And tell me, like, I'm already 7 centimeters dilated. Or around 6 or 7 centimeters dilated. And I'm in pain. Like, my contractions are like, boom, 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 boom. You know, like, bitch, like, that baby wanted out, you know? So, I'm like, yes, I'm in pain. Like, I couldn't even answer her, you know? I'm just, like, in pain, you know? Like, no, like, get me this shit now. Like, stick that fucking needle in my back. Numb the fuck out of me. Like, please, I don't want to feel this shit no more. My boyfriend's holding my hand right now. He's like, no, baby, you got this. You can do it without it. Like, believe me, you're a strong ass bitch. Like, you can do it, you know? And I'm, like, looking at him like, I just can't. I can't do it, you know? So, I'm sorry. I cut it off. My sister-in-law came home. And this little monster came home. We're talking about how I pushed you out. Okay, so, my boyfriend was encouraging me that I could do it without it, and I didn't need it. So I was kind of like, oh. But I would have probably changed my mind if the doctor didn't ask me while I was getting a fucking contraction, bro. I was just like, I can't handle this. You know, like, you wanted to get out. You just wanted to say, hello. And you see yourself? Do you see yourself? And he's distracted by the lights. But yeah. And then, so the doctor was, okay, let me go and set up. So they brought in everything that they needed to come and give me the fucking epidural. And they made me sit on the side of the bed with my back hunched over. They got, like, I don't know if you, so where you put your face in and where you lean up against, they brought me one of those. And she made me sit on the edge of the bed, put my face up against that. The nurse was, like, holding my hand and telling me that to stay as still as possible. And they, when you get an epidural, they usually, policies are always that it's only you and nobody else can be in there. So they had to make my boyfriend and my sister step out. So that's what they did. And as they were doing that, they were making my sister and my boyfriend suit up for the delivery. And so yeah, so the nurse was telling me to stay as calm as possible, and that's what I did. And the nurse was telling me that I can't move or many things can go wrong, and I'm like, okay, like, bitch, like, what the fuck? And in my head I'm thinking, like, bitch, like, during my contractions I have to be moving, like, in order to get through it I have to move, you know? So I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? I better do it quick, you know? So that's what I was hoping for. And he scratched himself, little boy. And hey. And then from there, I did not feel it. It's not painful. I didn't even notice. He likes dumping now. And then, so I did not feel shit because I was too worried about, like, bitch, me moving. So I had gotten I got a contraction. I got a contraction. This big old butt. I got a contraction. Wow, she was giving me the epidural, and I was like, oh my god, bitch. And the nurses noticed, and I'm trying my hardest to stay still. So in my head, I'm like, tighten up my body. So I tightened my legs. I was literally squeezing these bitches like they can motherfucking make one leg. And so I was squeezing them that tight. And from there, what you looking at, boy? From there, I feel my legs get hella fucking warm. I look down and I see a puddle of water, and I'm thinking I fucking pissed myself. Fucking pissed myself while they were fucking giving my epidural. So as they were done, all my hairs, you're done. I'm like, bitch, I did not feel shit. So nothing went wrong, thank God. And I told the nurse, oh, I apologize, you know, I fucking pissed myself, you know. And they're over here fixing my legs, putting me laying down, because all of a sudden I couldn't feel shit. Like 20 seconds passed and I couldn't feel shit from my waist and down. I'm like, oh my god, thank God, I can't feel nothing. And the nurse was like, you're having a contraction right now. And I'm like, I can't feel nothing. Thank God, dude, that shit saved my life. And from there, they let my boyfriend and sister back in. And the nurse is like, okay, let me check, let me clean you up, you know. And the nurse is like, nope, your fucking water broke. And I'm like, what? Your fucking water broke. I'm like, bitch, you're lying, let me see.
You're fucking lying. Let me see.
And from there, they're like, you're 8 centimeters dilated, your water just broke.
And
And I'm like, what the fuck? And she's like, oh, wait, never mind. She's like, you're 10 centimeters dilated, you're ready to push. Oh.
And then, I'm so sorry. This is the life of a mom, bro. I swear. And then, from there, the lady was like, yeah, you're ready to push. You know, she's like, we're gonna get your room ready. I'm like, okay. So, I'll be right back. Okay, I gave this boy a bottle. He should be knocking out soon. Yeah. Time for me to push. And mine, like I said, there was a lot of women giving birth that day. Tons of women were giving birth, so all the rooms in the hospital were booked already. So they had to open up one of the operation rooms, and I had to deliver my baby in an operation room. So yeah, they set up everything, and I'm telling you, there was like 20 different nurses in there, 20, 30, I don't know, so many, because there were so many student nurses there, obviously. So they had so many students because there were so many different stations. The people that were going to be handling my baby, the people that were going to be handling my placenta, people, the NICU people, obviously the people that are going to be taking my baby up to a different floor and handling my little loved one, people cleaning up, people taking care of me, and yeah. So everything was going on. And at this point it was 10:30 because I gave birth at 10:44. So they booked me to my little room, got everything, put my boyfriend in because he was suited up. They only said one person go in there. My sister went home and took a fucking nap because that bitch was tired as fuck. So starting to push around, I want to say 10:38, and I only did 3 to 4 little pushes, and pam, 10:44 came up and that little nigga was out. And I'll try posting a photo. Yeah, they put him down for like 5 seconds, and I got to see, all I saw was a head full of blackness, and I'm like, what the hell? That nigga came out with a lot of hair. But I'm like, oh my god, he's so cute. So I started crying. My boyfriend started crying. He's like, oh my goodness. They're like, you want to cut the umbilical cord? He cut the umbilical cord, and he was so happy. And then from there, I'm like, goodness gracious, I just gave birth. I didn't feel nothing. Like, fuck, like my son is here. Oh my goodness, like such a blessing. And I was extremely happy. From there, like within 10 fucking minutes, that room was completely empty with one nurse in there just shoved her hand in there, took out my placenta, and I'm like, usually they push on your stomach. Nope, that bitch just went in, took that shit out, put it in a plate, showed it to me, and they fucking covered that shit up, and I don't know, did what they did with it. And I'm like, wow, what the hell? He scratched himself. Okay, so like I was saying, from there, I was only in there with one nurse, and right when they took my baby, my boyfriend had left with them to go and see everything what's going on with the baby. They took him to a whole different floor, the NICU floor, to see where he was gonna be, destination, set up everything that they needed to set up. And yeah, after that they took me to my recovery room, and the lady started, one of the nurses came and started pushing down on my stomach, and I'm telling you, a whole ass motherfucking waterfall came out of me, bro. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? So yeah, a whole ass waterfall came out of me, and I was just like, wow, I feel a lot better, you know. I'm like, I just gave birth, you know. And the nurse was like, later I'll explain things, later you can go up and see your baby. I'm like, what do you mean later? Like, homegirl, take me right now. And yeah, and I stayed there for the rest of the night, and I didn't get to see my baby later till 10. So a whole last 12 hours had passed, and I didn't get to see my baby later till 10 at night, 10 or 11, around there. And I finally got to go up, see my baby, hear some photos, and yeah, those are my labor and delivery stories. And I stayed there for another 2 days, so I didn't get released until the 6th. And these are the photos. That's the photo that I showed you guys earlier, me being released, leaving the hospital. And yeah, that's my labor and delivery story. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, or whatever. The fuck you looking at, bro? And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below what other stories you guys, or what other videos you guys want to see. And yeah, bye.